Hello everyone, welcome to Pharmacy Lectures. Today we are going to discuss classification of local anesthetic. In our previous video, we have discussed introduction to local anesthetic, and in this video we will discuss classification. First, Easter series. Before starting this classification, I want to tell you that if this would be a pharmacology lecture video, then you will be looking classification like parenteral drugs, parenteral local anesthetic, topical local anesthetic, and since this is a classification in medicinal chemistry class, you will be seeing the chemical series. First here is Easter series. So let's start in Easter series. Procaine. And this is the structure of procaine. It is 2-diethylamino 4-amino benzoate. Diethylamino ethyl 4-amino benzoate. Here you can see this is position number 1 and this is position number 2, and at position number 2 here is diethyl amino group attached. This is nitrogen, we can call it amine, and this is a 3-degree amine or tertiary amine, and along with this nitrogen here is one ethyl group, and along here is another ethyl group. So there are two ethyls and we can call it as a triethyl. So at position number 2 the group attached is diethyl amino, and here this is a benzene ring, and with this benzene ring here is attached C double bond O. If this would not be this ethyl portion, it would be a hydrogen. You can simply call it as a benzoic acid. Okay, this would be a benzoic acid. If here it would be hydrogen and no other substituents, and since here it is attached ethyl group, its IUPAC name I want to tell you once again. IUPAC name is 2-diethylamino ethyl 4-amino benzoate. This is a ethyl, and at fourth position there is amino group, and this is as a whole, this structure is called benzoate. This whole structure is benzoate. There is one less hydrogen than benzoic acid. If R equal to H, it is procaine. I think now its IUPAC name is clear to you. 2-diethylamino 4-diethylamino, once again 2-diethylamino ethyl for this ethyl 4-amino benzoate. Okay, next, if this R is a chloro group, it will be chloroprocaine. Its IUPAC name is similar to like that procaine. 2-diethylamino ethyl, this is ethyl 4-amino, this is 4-amino, and 2-chloro benzoate, and this whole is benzoate. A chloroprocaine is a ester local anesthetic introduced in 1952. It is a chlorinated derivative of procaine. You have seen in procaine there it was a hydrogen, and in chloroprocaine here it is chlorine. So it is a chloro derivative of procaine, or you can call it 2-chloro derivative of procaine. Its major assets are it is having rapid onset and short duration of action, and it is having reduced acute toxicity due to its rapid metabolism. The next, tetracaine. Its name is also similar to like that procaine and chloroprocaine. I think you can name its name will be 2 at position 2. In procaine and chloroprocaine there was ethyl group, okay, and here it is methyl group, so its name will be 2-dimethylamino, and ethyl, here is also ethyl, and at fourth position here it is butyl amino. This is C4H9, this is butane, and with this butane it is attached amine, butyl amino, 4-butyl amino, no other substituents attached in the benzene ring, only butyl amino and benzoate. So once again I want to tell you its IUPAC name. It is 2-dimethylamino ethyl 4-butyl amino benzoate. And tetracaine is a long-acting amino ester. It is significantly more potent and has a longer duration of action than procaine. Tetracaine may exhibit increased systemic toxicity because of it is more slowly metabolized than the other commonly used ester local anesthetic. Currently, it is widely used in spinal anesthesia when a long duration of action is required. Next, benzocaine. It is having a much simpler structure, and its IUPAC name I think easily you can guess. It is ethyl 4-amino benzoate. This is ethyl, okay, and this is 4-amino, at position for the amino, and benzoate. This whole structure is benzoate. If instead of ethyl there would be a hydrogen, you can call it as benzoic acid. And benzocaine is structurally similar to procaine, but it lacks the terminal diethyl amino group. In procaine there it was here from this C2H5, here it was attached diethyl amino group here in procaine. It is incorporated into a large number of topical preparations. Benzocaine can cause methemoglobinemia, one side effect of it. Consequently, dosing recommendation must be followed carefully. And we have studied in our introduction section also about benzocaine that it is not having a basic aliphatic amino group. This is aromatic amino group, and unlike other, I want to show you structure tetracaine. See here, in tetracaine it is having this is aliphatic amino group. Okay, so this is a basic amino group, and we can make its salt easily. In tetracaine, chloroprocaine, and procaine we can make salt easily, but here in benzocaine this is aromatic amino group. This is not aliphatic, this is aromatic. It is attached to aromatic ring, so we cannot make salt of this easily. It will be very difficult to make salt from this benzocaine, or almost impossible to make salt from this benzocaine. So due to this it is used topically, it is not used parenterally. We have studied about this section in introduction section also. Next, meprilcaine. Its IUPAC name is, look at here, position number 2. From position 2 I will start. 2-methyl 2-propyl amino, 2-methyl 2-propyl amino, 1-propyl benzoate. Okay, meprilcaine is slightly more potent than procaine and has a more rapid onset and shorter duration of action, and its toxicity approximates that of procaine. So this all in ester series. Next we will study amide series. First, mepivacaine. But I want to tell you before starting the amide series that lidocaine here is a prototype drug, and all the drugs which are derived from lidocaine. Mepivacaine. Its IUPAC name is N. Look at here in nitrogen, N,2,6-dimethylphenyl, 2,6-dimethylphenyl, 1-methyl at if R equal to CH3, it is mepivacaine. So 1-methyl piperidine. This nitrogen ring is called piperidine. 1-methyl piperidine, 2-carboxamide. At position 2 you can see this is 1, this is 2. The carboxamide, you can call it simply amide or carboxamide. Generally it is called carboxamide. So once again I want to repeat, N,2,6-dimethylphenyl, 1-methyl piperidine, 2-carboxamide. Okay, mepivacaine is an intermediate acting amino amide. The amide series are long lasting. Ester series are generally short acting, and only few are long acting, and amide series are intermediate or long acting. Mepivacaine is an intermediate acting amino amide. Its pharmacological properties are similar to those of lidocaine. Lidocaine is also amide, and lidocaine is a prototype in amide series. Mepivacaine, however, is more toxic to the neonate, and thus it is not used in obstetrical anesthesia. Okay, next, bupivacaine. In mepivacaine, it was having a methyl group here, methyl for mepivacaine, you can simply assume, and bupivacaine butyl, R equal to R equal to C4H9. So its IUPAC name will be 1-butyl N, 2,6-dimethylphenyl, piperidine, piperidine 2 carboxamide. Once again, 1 butyl N26 dimethylphenyl piperidine 2 carboxamide. Okay. Bupivacaine is widely used amide local anesthetic. Its structure is similar to that of lidocaine, except that amide containing group is a butyl piperidine. We'll see in lidocaine there. Bupivacaine is a potent agent capable of producing prolonged anesthesia. Okay. Next we have prilocaine. Here prilocaine, its IUPAC name is N. Look at here, N 2-methylphenyl. At question number 2 there is a methyl group, 2-methylphenyl, and 2-methylphenyl at here 2. Question number 2, propyl amino. This is methyl ethyl propyl, 2 propyl amino propanamide. This is 1 2 3. This is propanamide. Once again, N 2-methylphenyl 2 propyl amino propanamide. And prilocaine is an intermediate acting amino amide. It has a pharmacological profile similar to that of lidocaine. The primary differences are that it causes a little vasodilation and thus it can be used without a vasoconstrictor if desired. Next is lidocaine, our prototype drug. Lidocaine, its IUPAC name, I think you can assume its IUPAC name, 2-diethyl amino. At position 2 it is having diethyl, one ethyl another ethyl, 2-diethyl amino, and N, and here N 2,6,2,6 dimethylphenyl acetamide. Here if it would be a hydrogen, you can call it a formamide. Here it is having a methyl, so it is a acetamide. Once again, 2-diethyl amino N 2,6 dimethylphenyl acetamide. Okay, lidocaine, an aminoethylamide, is a prototypical amide local anesthetic. Lidocaine is an alternative choice for individuals sensitive to ester type local anesthetics. If somebody is sensitive to ester type local anesthetic, we can give lidocaine. It is amide. Lidocaine has a wide range of clinical uses as a local anesthetic. It has a utility in almost any application where a local anesthetic of intermediate duration is needed. Lidocaine also is used as an antiarrhythmic agent. If you have studied the drugs in antiarrhythmic class, of course you will see lidocaine in there. Okay, next series is quinolines and isoquinoline analog. And these are used very occasionally, and in very rare cases they are used. If somebody is having sensitive to all those previous agent, then they can use this. And this is not much commonly used, but still we have to read this. First is a syncocaine. Syncocaine, or its another name is dibucaine. Its IUPAC name is 2,2-butoxyquinoline 4-carbonyl amino ethyl diethyl azanium. Syncocaine or dibucaine is an amide local anesthetic, among the most potent and toxic of the long-lasting local anesthetic. The current use of syncocaine is generally restricted to spinal and topical anesthesia. Next structure we have here in quinolines and isoquinoline is dimethisoquine. This is isoquinoline ring. Here is isoquinoline ring, and previously in syncocaine it was having a quinoline ring. You can see from here its nitrogen is here, and this is a quinoline ring, and this is isoquinoline ring. Its IUPAC name is 2,3-butyl isoquinoline 1-vial oxy NN dimethyl ethanamine. Dimethisoquine is a local anesthetic that is one of the most potent non-competitive blocking agent at the nicotinic synapses. Next, miscellaneous. First, pramoxine. Here you can see pramoxine. It is having a benzene ring in here, and of this benzene ring at one position it is having a butoxy group here, 1 carbon, 2 carbon, 3 carbon, 4 carbon, and oxygen, butoxy ring. And another here it is propoxy ring, 1 carbon, 2 carbon, 3 carbon, and along the end of this propoxy ring and here propane Here you can see a heterocyclic ring is there, and this is a 6-membered heterocyclic ring. At one end there is nitrogen, and at another end there is oxygen, and the name of this ring is morpholin. Okay, pramoxine, or we can make its hydrochloride salt. Pramoxine hydrochloride is a surface anesthetic agent that is not a benzoate ester. You cannot see any ester functional group, but you can see here is a ether group, here is a oxygen. Its distinct chemical structure from others, amide or ester, may help minimize the danger of cross-sensitivity reactions in patients allergic to other local anesthetic. If somebody is having allergy to ester and amide both, or then we can use this pramoxine. Pramoxine produces satisfactory surface anesthesia and is reasonably well tolerated on the skin and mucous membranes. It is very irritating to be used on the eye or in the nose. Okay, next we have is benzyl alcohol. Very simple structure. Benzyl alcohol has been shown as a reasonable alternative to lidocaine for subcutaneous anesthesia in the rare patient that has a history to amide sensitivity. Next, menthol. Menthol, it is obtained from the plant Mentha piperita or peppermint plant. Its IUPAC name is 2-isopropyl 5-methyl cyclohexanol. This is position number 1, this carbon, position number 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, this is 5, and this is 6. This is position number 1 and this is 2. At position number 2, look at the group attached. It is having 1 carbon, 2 carbon, 3 carbon, so propane, but this is isopropane. Okay. At position number 2, it has isopropane, and at position number 5 there is a methyl group. So its IUPAC name is 2-isopropyl 5-methyl cyclohexanol. Okay, it is obtained from peppermint plant. I have said earlier, menthol has a local anesthetic and counter irritant qualities, and it is widely used to relieve minor throat irritation. Menthol also acts as a weak kappa opioid receptor agonist. Next we have eugenol. You might have heard it previously. It is obtained majorly from clove oil. Clove oil's major constituent, or around 70% constituent of clove oil, is eugenol. Its IUPAC name is 4-allyl 2-methoxyphenol. So of this phenol, this is position number 1, this is 2. At position number 2 you can see this is a methyl. If nothing is written here and this is just a straight line, this is a methyl group. Okay, and here it is oxygen, so methylene oxygen, methoxy. This is a methoxy group. At position number 2, at position number 3 nothing. At position number 4, here it is allyl group. This group is called allyl. So its IUPAC name is 1, 2, 3, 4. 4-allyl 2-methoxyphenol. Eugenol is an active ingredient of essential oil extracted from cloves and other herbs. Certain herbs also gives eugenol. Eugenol is widely used in dentistry as a local anesthetic agent because of its ability to allay tooth pain, relieve tooth pain. Our last is phenol. Very simple structure, but phenol acts as a local anesthetic in very low concentrations, and in high concentrations it acts as a neurolytic agent. And this was all for today. We will discuss in our next section mechanism of action of local anesthetic. Till then, thank you.